Hello everybody, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. The title of this video is Twin Flames, Victories, Compounding as you eternally deepen into intimacy and vulnerability, and that's about being vulnerable with the divine, or whatever you do it with the divine. My little Save the Bees necklace has just arrived. Do everything with the divine. Like, for example, when I go running, I do it as a spiritual practice, and I was due to go on Wednesday, and God says, no, don't, rest. And it's true, I felt absolutely knackered, so I had the day off. I was guided to go on Thursday, but on Thursday it was absolutely chucking it down with rain. They said light showers, but it was constant rain. But I was guided to go for my run, so I went, and I had found this new hill. I could have stayed in the woods where it was more sheltered, but I really had to run up this hill, and it was terribly exposed, and it was hard, really hard, because now we've actually got some rain, the grass is growing, and it was really long, and my trainers were absolutely soaked. On the other side of the hill, I had to take my socks off and wring them out and put them back on, and then I got chased by these two beautiful horses that were running around, chasing each other, having a great time, and they saw me running, and they came running, and it was different. And on the way home, I ran past a dog walker. He said, "You're keen." But when I got home, God said, "Did you not have a fantastic time?" And I had to admit that that was true. So it's okay to trust what you're being guided to do, even if it seems mental. And so moving on, there's some more really good news and good things happening right now, because there's an awful lot of twin flame couples coming together at this time, and this news should provide peace. It provides relief that this is not just some mumbo jumbo woo woo. Something's actually happening. That's the point to this work. It's a weird sort of transitioning from this work feels good to this work works. There's something real to this work. Look within, love yourself, it works. You attracted not just a partner, but your ultimate partner. This knowing brings you confidence, strength, groundedness. It's no longer just a weird, edgy belief like believing in aliens or something, but a process that brings the same result every time. You win, and it's not over. You keep compounding victories. Each is the foundation for the next one, and then the next. Feel your feelings and look at your twin flame through your feelings more consciously. Twin flame union is not just about a loving partner, but a powerhouse for your whole life. Invest more in your union and your whole life thrives. It's the opposite to more basic relationships. They only have so much energy in them, but that's not the case with your twin flame. You naturally do this in your twin flame union. You naturally deepen the flow. Oh, that was needed. The work of the day is releasing blocks to love. Love is already there. How do you feel about your finances, your pets, your fitness, any part of your life? It's important to give that attention and focus to your twin flame union as well. The union of two as one. You offload parts of yourself that you don't care to do or be. It makes one extremely vulnerable. I need him or her, but you don't want it to be a codependent dynamic. But you do depend on one another in a more symbiotic way. Being powerful is being vulnerable. Build trust and eternal deepening. Keep building trust and going deeper into vulnerability and intimacy. And you both get stronger. greater depth needs more power. It's a central part of your harmonious union. It's a central part of your life, rather, and harmonious union needs a big investment. Because it's the engine for your life. It's profitable in all areas. Finances, food, leisure, creativity, all parts of life. Feel into how you feel about your twin flame. The first block that comes up, we release it and open ourselves up to more love flowing through that channel. Twin flames are created as one, and that part channels energy directly from source. Come into harmony with yourself and source. Energy comes from source through you into your twin flame, and you're in harmony with one another. The more you flow this source energy through your union, the more energy you generate in your life. Even if it appears like you're separate, it's still one life. If you're experiencing any fear about your twin flame fully accepting you, accept yourself. You don't need them to do it for you, and then they'll mirror that. Excuse me. Go to the divine to find acceptance. Your twin flame is the receptacle. They amplify your relationship with the divine. If you look outside of yourself or anything as your source, you'll always have lack. Nobody wants less than enough. Everyone wants enough, or preferably more than enough. Does a little gecko go out hunting flies and say to himself that he wants 90% of the flies that he needs? No, of course not, because nobody wants 90% satisfaction. Self-acceptance improves the state of the union. Stasis is death. You don't want it. Balance in life, we desire more as human beings. Balance must be a leaning into. I have everything, so I desire more. It's non-stop. You can't eat greater and greater quantities of food because that'll just make you ill. So to improve in that area, I want my food to be healthier, more delicious, more divine, even more divine. You reach the Most High and you can't get any better than the Most High. So you desire more intimacy, more closeness, more connection to the source of your good, more victory, more expansion. Recognize that you still desire more from your union, career, creative endeavours, from everything. Real victories will feel satisfying, and yet more arrive. Continue to expand. Sorry, I keep fidgeting. Continue to expand. Always be an expanding being. Your happiness is on the inside. Clear the blocks to your inner flow. There is a way in. There is a way in that doesn't require clearing the blocks, and that produces burnout, and that's a sad way to live. The happy way is the purification of consciousness. The best is yet to come in your union. Unbelievably attracted to your twin flame, indescribably in love with your twin flame and then with you. It requires work and communication all the time. A rich relationship is expansive, but that doesn't matter because you can afford it as you're becoming rich. Find your relationship with the source within. Deepen it. Release blocks to deeper intimacy with source, and know that it's safe to be vulnerable with your twin flame, and it's safe to deepen the trust for that intimacy and vulnerability. It's safe. It's an enviable state of being when you create that safe space. It's safe to relax and be vulnerable. The last place you want to be unsafe is in your primary relationship, but you can't force it. It's a process of deepening vulnerability, and that takes time. Go through the process. Communication is very important. It's all very important to have a trustworthy level of presence. A trustworthy level of presence makes it thrive, heals it, brings fullness of love and life to it. And if the relationship falls away, that's okay. Presence comes from your relationship with the divine. If you're not removing the blocks to love, you'll only have the same amount of presence. There's only so much presence you can have unless you grow it. That's the primary limit to wealth on this planet. The returns on a savings account are small, and you have to wait a long time because of the small present that this planet currently appreciates. Grow a large presence. This is what you get instead of waiting. Take action. Choose to increase it sustainably. It's only possible with a spiritual source. The relationship with the being who desires to be your source, so you can bring forth life to others. God's biggest desire for you is that you share his love. Bring God into the lives of others. God wants that for you. That's how the divine is experienced. You are part of his being. Appreciate God. He brings it into your life by appreciating you. You're drilling for the golden oil. Christ consciousness. Love itself is not generated through taking, only through a relationship with the divine. It's how we generate life force. Life force flows from the divine to us. It's amplified in your twin flame union and shared out into the world, healing the relationship with God at the core. Clean out the amplifier. Your partnership improves. It's a good feeling. It's useless to be separate. Hollywood glorifies toxic relationships. It's hell. I mean, look at Indiana Jones and Marianne in Raiders of the Lost Ark. She was always moaning and he would just plough through things the whole time. That's the state of masculine feminine relationships in the world. Girls are taught that their value is in their sexuality, and sex is just a commodity, a product. People are products to be used and discarded. You should be valued as a human being, worthy of love, lovable and loving, not a product to perfect. This is not for the masculine to fix. The idea of being rescued is miserable. A true relationship is two individuals who love and appreciate and adore themselves and their partner. Your twin flame can't value you until you value yourself. Self-love attracts your twin flame. It makes them love and value you. It makes you love and value them. That's why only one twin needs to be doing the work. Offer them something that they value and they'll come around. Value yourself, and everyone has to because you demand it. Appreciation is the secret to drawing forth energy. Appreciate something and it comes to you. Appreciating something nasty is hard. Clear the blocks, and beyond all the crap is something to appreciate. False appreciation brings a lot of flowing energy. Then one gets bogged down in guilt. It's too up and down. Just focus on the inner work. Purify first. The portal is in your heart. It opens to your inner self, to source. Biologically, people have limited energy. They are well-to-do or not well-to-do due to accident of birth. They live in a miserable, deterministic cognitive reality. It only matters what you choose. Expand or be static. Expansion only comes from your relationship with the spiritual source. You're not in control of love. It encompasses all lives. Through all of us. Love is a conscious living thing from a conscious living being in whose love we are all equal. This love relationship with your twin flame is part of what it has for you. Don't feel guilty for not having loved your twin flame more before, because your twin flame appreciates you for having grown in love. It's safe to open up more and more. And the good stuff you thought wasn't going to happen. Love satisfies all parts of your heart. And going through life with parts of Your heart not satisfied is hell. Don't take something outside. Allow your heart to fill with love. It improves. The dark, looming sickness goes away. Build trust with the source of love. It brings stability. We're all ecosystems in our own right. Stay in balance. Sometimes we learn the lessons of hate, sadness, separation from our good, which teach that if we open up, we get hurt. That is not a lesson to learn. The antidote to that depressed thinking is to allow yourself to have a relationship with love itself. There you find warmth, joy, closeness, prosperity, and it can't help but flow through you into the lives of others. Be so full of love that you overflow. You see your twin flame, and that love begins to amplify. It will increase. It was wonderful before, and your twin flame will grow in their wonderfulness. Support them in their wonderfulness. Giving love and not valuing ourselves is a no-no. That's why we enable an arsehole. Love your twin flame more, and they'll have more blocks come up. Do you choose to love them as they dissolve their blocks and support them as they do so? Oh, this is making me warm. My tea is getting cold. Oh. Your twin flame has a lot of power in your life. You lose your identity in terms of individualism and claim your identity as a twin flame. That's a hard thing to do. It's psychologically challenging, but as you surrender your individualist, notice I'm saying individualist, not individuality, individualist identity, you become much, much more. Surrender your identity as a twin flame and receive your identity as the one child of God, not separate from anyone else. This beautiful oneness, where your love flows the most, the twin flame journey is safe. Dissolve the ego, get everything. You never lose your individuality. You have individuality within the context, within the context of your union and the context of the one child of God. The one humanity, the one being that's all of life itself. All individuals are part of a greater whole. It's a process of allowing ego to dissolve. Separation is the antithesis of everything you want. The separation cuts you off from love. It's a path to hell. It's the path the world teaches. Defy that teacher. The way is the exact opposite, ascension to your heaven on earth. Right, and on that note, I'm going to continue this in another video, I think, because this is getting a little bit long. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.